Hello, and thank you for joining us on the Tuesday edition of Journalist Hangout. I am Benga Oreshegun. Today on the program, Federal Executive Council renames University of Abuja as Yakubu Gowon University. 193 foreigners, 599 suspected Nigerian crypto fraudsters arrested in EFCC's largest single burst. Later on the show, Ademola Lukman wins 2024 CAF Player of the Year award. I'll be hanging out with Olabisi Diji, Olutili, and Dotun Oladipo, while Samson Oledi joins us later for sports. Journalist Hangout starts right now. Now let's begin the conversation. Nations are built not just on infrastructure, but on how countries choose to remember their heroes. In this spirit, the Federal Executive Council, FEC, has approved the renaming of the University of Abuja to Yakubu Gowon University in honor of the former head of state for his pivotal role in preserving Nigeria's unity. According to the Minister of Information, Mohammed Idris, the change of name is to be effective after approval by the National Assembly. All right, Dr. Let's begin the conversation this way. A famous poet, he was the one that said that it's better to honor a man when he's alive and not when he's dead. This is one man that fought to keep Nigeria alive. Don't you think he deserves it?
Actually, he does. I give it to him that while in power, out of power, he has conducted himself marvelously.
True.
You hardly hear him speak, except, of course, when he had his program, Nigeria Praise.
Yeah, Nigeria Praise, yes.
That's when you hear him speak. You know, for a lot of us, it was shocking at his 90th birthday when he revealed that he was one of those who spoke with the late head of state, General Sani Abacha, when it was about executing those found guilty of coup plot. I mean, implementing the recommendations of the military tribunal that treated the case of what we have come to regard as a phantom coup that involved former President Olusegun Obasanjo.
Yes.
I didn't even know he said a thing. If he did not mention it, even former President Obasanjo himself said he did not know that the man lifted any finger. And he said it at that occasion that he sent his wife with a letter.
I think in the middle of the night or something.
Yes, to General Sani Abacha. And it speaks volume of how he moves without being seen, without being urged. And I think I like that about him.
And he commands a whole lot of respect.
Yes, that's the major reason. If you go back in our history, you'll see it's one of the perhaps most apolitical leader we've had. Never had him say, I belong to PDP, I belong to SDP, I belong to APC. He's always been very neutral. It might not be a virtue, but I mean, he has gained a lot of respect.
Exactly.
Nobody, you know, we newsmen, we have a way of reporting when it comes to issues like that.
Okay.
Just for want of a name to use, Atiku defeats IBB, others because it wasn't as if IBB was on the ballot, but because he has a leaning. You can't find any headline like that in the case of Gowon, not even in his state, Plateau. And that's why he commands that kind of respect. For me, like you said, it's a good thing to honor our people while they're alive.
Exactly.
You shouldn't wait
till when they're dead, you know, when they can't actually appreciate it. But let me come to, how would you describe the former head of state, retired General Yakubu Jack Gowon?
Well, just like Dotun said, I think he deserves the honor. He's been a quiet person, and what if you mention his name, what is likely to come to your mind is Nigeria praise.
Yes, exactly.
And I see him as somebody like, it's like, see no evil, say no evil, kind of a person. Because you are not likely to see him engage in any controversial matter. I see him as somebody that is always, he has just one vision, and that is peace, the peace of Nigeria.
Sure.
And I think he has managed to conduct his activities around that major slogan of, you know, seeing to the peaceful coexistence of Nigeria. And if you also see the way he acted when the coup that ousted him happened, he was out of the country.
Yes.
And he just stayed put outside the country, went for his PhD and all of that. So I think the man, the general, has been a very peaceful person, and he's been, I think he's also a nationalist, and I also think he has managed to conduct himself in a very respectable manner, such that if you hear his name, you just know that this person, you know what he stands for. Of course, however, in this honor of naming a university after him, while I appreciate the fact that it should be honored, I also recognize the fact that our institutions of learning should also be viewed as cultural heritage. There are a lot of things attached to naming a university. And when you want to honor a nationalist, changing a name that has existed, for example, for 30, 40 years, has some implications. Just like...
You remember that of Maulag?
Yes, the Maulag.
Yes, the Maulag issue.
You know, University of Lagos is University of Lagos.
Yes.
Then former President Jonathan wanted to change it to
Moshood
Abiola University. In as much as everyone agreed that Abiola deserved that honor. But changing the name University of Lagos on the certificates of people that have graduated, it has implication. You get?
Yeah, I remember it was fought then.
It was fought, and then
that was why it was stopped.
It was stopped. So when there are so many ways of honoring our leaders, for example, can you imagine Oxford University now being changed to Queen Elizabeth University? This is a queen that ruled for over 70 years. And you know Oxford has been in existence for how long? So to now come and say you want to honor the queen, who deserved every honor that anybody could have thought of giving her rather, to now change it to change Oxford or Cambridge, you know, it sounds somehow. So I will advise that next time our leaders, they could institute
something else apart from changing. Now,
this
issue of changing, the name change is still subject to the National Assembly's approval. Do you think there would be issues? He has raised an issue here. An example of the Maulag.
Well, it has happened a few times. For instance, Ogun State Polytechnic was changed
to Moshood Abiola Polytechnic. Yes, that's
so it all depends on how you view the person. It was not the National Assembly that stopped that of UniLab. It was the protest.
The protest?
Yes. So far, I've not heard of any protest. On this UniAbuja. I've not heard of any protest. So if the people in the National Assembly also feel like us, the man deserves the honor, I don't see how this is going to be done. And let me also add this. In giving kudos to the man, we should not forget the woman behind him. That lady deserves. She appears to me to be one of also the most composed, put together first lady we have had, if you ask me. I didn't know her while she was in power because I was quite young. Was outside of power. The kind of person that we saw, the kind of picture that was painted of her, shows that truly she's like her husband, a woman of peace, somebody who wants to make things happen silently without making it. Sometimes ask myself, does General Gowon still have a wife?
Of course he does. Exactly.
She's not always she's just there. She's just there doing her thing. And I think I like that. Really, really, really.
All right, sir. Like you said, the name change is still subject to the National Assembly, to give approval to it. All right, let's move straight to our next